Welcome to Cook's podcast. We haven't quite decided we're doing it. I'm Colby.
And I am a sentient car, but you can call me Fee.
What would your name be in the Cars universe?
I would be well, it would still be Fee. Like, did they have car themed names in the car universe?
I mean, so Lightning McQueen, right? Steve McQueen, like a driving man. And the third one, his trainer is named Cruz Ramirez. So that's like...
That's sick. That's
so yeah,
cool.
One of them, so one of the names is a pun at least.
I would be Felix Camaro.
Oh! Damn, that's good.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it is.
Fucking sentient car.
That's me. I'm a
Fee brought this question to me before we started. I'm sure people have talked about this before, but I how do cars reproduce?
Not in real world, in the movie.
Yeah. Good call. Because I feel like there's a lot of things in there that they have to like skirt around, just why do some things exist and other things don't? Like, where's the cars?
Like the boats are sentient, like the big boats, which I don't know how. Big planes are sentient, which. So okay, where does the plane begin and where does it end? Like, it's its whole body, but like other cars go inside. So, like, does it feel it?
I mean, like, I don't know. Mac the
no,
truck.
But Mac
he's got I guess he's got the trailer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
the
right.
trailer's attached, so it's like him just hauling around a room.
There's a helicopter as well, I guess.
Yeah, there is a helicopter, and Mater does get in it.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
maybe it just feels like you're carrying something with your arms, like you're just like holding a teddy bear or whatever.
So. The plane, so I was making the joke, I'm like, if I was a plane and I was carrying these cars, every time they would, like, I guess go inside me, I would moan loudly.
Of course you would. That's the thing you do.
They're like, all right, now boarding flight to Japan, because they go to Japan, and I'd be like, oh! As they're like coming in.
Too rough!
Oh,
slower.
So bad. You're too fast. Oh,
you're too fast.
Oh, lightning! You are speed. And then, like,
fucking
when
gross.
we land, they obviously they forget, right? They forgot this horrifying experience getting there, and then the gate opens and they're like, we're here.
Yeah, you've been quiet the whole time, just like just pretending like that didn't happen.
Exactly, pretend like it didn't happen, and then as soon as everyone's, I'm just like, all right, we're gonna expect a calm flight to Japan today. Just like I didn't moan.
So I think there's just gotta be a factory, right? There's just gotta be a factory where new cars are, because like here's the thing. Heaven. There's some
where God car creates them.
Here's where things start to get messy, because Cars on the Road is a short. It's a series of shorts. And one of them Mater dies and meets the Grim Reaper. And like, so there's a soul. Cars have a soul. And Mater crawls back into his body to escape death, and it works. So we now know that, like, there's kind of an afterlife, I guess. We now know that there's such a thing as car death.
So was death a car, or was it like a skeleton?
No, it was a car, just a black car.
Okay.
Here's another one. There are ghosts. There's ghost cars.
Yeah, I saw there's UFO cars.
True. I think it depends on the canonness of Mater's tales.
Yeah, in one of the shorts, Mater meets a sentient UFO.
Well, yes, but that is a different one. So there's a series of shorts where Mater is telling talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but like these aren't like canonically connected. Like, what's canon?
A good question. That's what I'm asking. Is like, I don't know. Cars on the Road, pretty sure it's canon because Mater's like, my sister, and he has a sister, and his family is rich.
Oh shit! So
yeah.
wait, what's his sister's name and what is she?
Oh God, Mater's sister. So Mater's sister, oh God, I forgot. Mater's sister is named Motto.
Motto.
Mm-hmm.
And what is she?
She is hold please. She just looks like an old fancy car.
Okay.
Just looks like an old BMW or some shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, the whole premise of Cars on the Road is that like Mater is like, oh, I don't want to go to my sister's wedding, but I gotta.
Fuck that bitch.
And then, and then Lightning's like, hey, let's make it a road trip. Like, we'll go together. And Mater's like, oh, you do that for me? And he's like, yeah, of course, we're best friends. Come on, we'll like load up into Mac and we'll just drive down there. He's like, oh, well, shoot, that ain't no road trip. We gotta go ourselves. And then
we gotta drive.
They go hunt Bigfoot and go to a dinosaur place. So there's car dinosaurs, by the way.
Okay.
So there are dinosaur cars. There's car death. There's ghost car. So yeah, there's monster trucks. Monster trucks are like a separate kind of species, I guess.
Cows are tractors.
Yes, cows are tractors. We got that. Yeah.
Bugs too. Bugs are cars.
Oh yes, you're right. They are. Everything is cars. It's all cars. And then you get to, there's clowns. There's a circus and clowns are in it. They're doing stuff.
I'd say technically clowns aren't like a different species of human. So.
You have to work to convince me of that. I don't know. I was talking to a friend of mine that was describing like parts of the state that I live, and was like, "Oh yeah, in this area it's just a bunch of unchecked whiteness," and I was like, "What does that mean?" Because obviously I grew up in a place that's like 10% white, so I'm no stranger to being like, no, you are the minority here, son. She's like, oh yeah, this place is unchecked whiteness. Like there's a clown group that hosts orgies all the time. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, that's the most unchecked white thing I can think of. And I was like, yeah, it does sound like it, yeah.
How do they know that they're having clown orgies? Were they going around and I don't know, announcing it? Like, did they post it on the town bulletin? Like,
yeah, well, they were going around on unicycles, and they were like, "Follow us to the orgy."
we're going to the orgy. Get in. It's a little car, and there's like 10 of them in there.
Yeah,
we're pre-gaming in here.
Yeah, they all pile into one doghouse. You're like, what the fuck? How'd they fit?
Oh, why a doghouse?
Just, it's like a clown car doghouse. Bunch of cum floods out of it, just like The Shining. It's crazy. Yeah, I heard that and was like, clowns aren't. I don't claim clowns. Like, let my people go away from clowns. Clowns can just be their own thing.
I don't know. I don't know what all this clown stigma is. I liked clowns when I was a kid.
Yeah, I bet you fucking did.
Like, I don't know why people think clowns are scary. I think like they're silly and they're goofy. I used to go to Barnum and Bailey when I was a kid a lot, and I thought they were cool. Like, I just thought they were funny.
You did. I like clown tricks. This like, if a clown is like, oh, look at a magic trick, look at a funny joke that I did. It's like, I don't know. If a clown can like do a flip, that's cool. Like clown doing a flip is cool.
At what birthday was the clown not like, all right, kids, watch this? And he fucking
He just does one flip and everybody's like, wow, what's next? And he's like, I can do it again if you want. That's the one, though.
That's the one trick I got. I graduated comma sum laude from Flip College.
Mm-hmm. I have a PhD in flips. This is gonna be the most perfect flip you've ever seen. I just like
right.
The thing is, I'm not scared of clowns. Clowns are not scary, but they are like we approach that territory where it's like it's too sincere and it gets to be super cringe for me to enjoy, because they're like, oh, whoa, look at all the stuff coming out of my shirt. And I'm like, no, stop, man, stop.
I got big pants.
Whoa, my big old shoes are flopping around. Oh, look.
That's just Goofy.
Yeah, the Goofy's a clown. We all know that.
Yeah, but Goofy's a cool clown. Goofy's a clown that fucks.
He fucks, just like the clown troupe that I told you about, yeah.
Except he doesn't do it in orgies, to my knowledge.
Yeah, to our knowledge. Maybe he does, though.
I mean, dude, like, Goofy's a fucking... He's a catch. He's a player, dude. He got the hottest librarian in Disney.
Mm.
If you've seen Goofy movie, an extremely Goofy movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that the hot librarian that fell for him and he fucking hooked up with her?
Yeah, he for sure hooked up with it. It was on screen. 15-minute sex scene. If you get the DVD, it's 20 minutes.
Maxie, don't come in.
God, I forgot. Like, so my wife and I are currently watching Dexter right now, and in this season, there's like some sex scenes that are like pretty detailed. And I just forgot how uncomfortable they make me. It's like, even watching with my wife, I'm not like, yeah, look at that. I'm like, oh God, stop. Hurry up, so, end it.
Speaking of uncomfortable sex scenes, you remember the movie Showgirls?
Yeah, I never watched it, but yeah.
There is a very silly sex scene in the movie, and I really want you to see it. Like, they don't show like anything. Like, you see her boobs, but that's it. So like, they're in the pool, and like they do like they start out like sexy, but then like, you know, she's on like her back floating, but then like as like they're getting started going, she's like, she's fucking ramming into the water like fucking seizure.
Yeah.
And it looks very silly, and the guy's like doing it. I don't know how he's keeping a straight face. I'm gonna see if I show it to you.
No, don't. I'm not gonna show it. We're not gonna show it on the stream.
No, but I'm just gonna show you so you could know.
Oh, thank God. Just for my knowledge, it's good.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind sex scenes in movies. They don't really bother me. And unless it's like really awkward. I don't know.
I like sex scenes don't they don't do much for me. They're always like an awkward thing. Like, if you show me someone's boobs, great. Incidentally, I'm like, nice. Yeah. If you show me someone's dong incidentally, cool, like that. But if you're just like, oh yeah, they're fucking getting it on, and oh, it's so hot, right? I'm like, no, it's not. Stop it.
Well, I'm trying to think of.
I'm trying to eat my frozen pizza. Please stop.
I'm trying to think of like a sex scene that, like, I don't know, turned me off, but like I really can't, honestly. Like, I'm not
all of them.
Like, listen, what's a movie that has like an egregious sex scene? Probably like slasher movies. Like
The Room. The Room has an egregious a number of them.
Yes. Oh, The Room does. Oh, you gotta see
Tommy Wiseau's weird butt. Ass. It's weird. Yeah. He's got a weird butt.
And he's like fucking her right in the belly button.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you have, but I have never seen The Room.
Oh, I watch it every once in a while, yeah.
I know about The Room through culture, and I feel like I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Yeah. I don't need to watch You've probably seen all the scenes that are really good. You don't need the connecting tissue, really.
Really good. Hey, doggy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you saw that one. You saw sex scene. You saw, oh, hi, Mark. I'm like, yeah, you got it.
Oh, hi, Mark. You're just a big chicken.
You may have seen Me Underwears. Me Underwears is a good one.
Me Underwears.
Yeah. Listen.
So, Mark, how is your sex life?
Fucking. Ugh.
What was Tommy Wiseau smoking? Ugh. Have you seen him do the read for like the part in the Joker?
The Joker, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau Joker is great.
It doesn't top like I'm the Joker, baby, but Tommy Wiseau Joker's great.
Yeah, I agree. He should get his own. I was gonna say series. Series wouldn't work. Not movie either. No, he should get exactly what we already got. One YouTube video. That's what he should get for that, and it's great.
I was saying, why not just a web series, like a series of like 5-minute episodes of him just doing like him dressing up in iconic scenes and not given a script and just told to go.
Here's the problem. He already tried that once.
Really?
Do you remember? You may not. Back in the day, he had a video game review series on YouTube where
Shut up.
he gets abducted by aliens, and aliens are like, "You're the greatest gamer in the whole world. You have to beat all these video games."
Wasn't that a cartoon?
No, it wasn't.
I swear they were gonna make a Tommy Wiseau cartoon.
He was live doing this, and he's very bad at video games. And he's also very bad at doing commentary. So it didn't last super long.
He's very bad at everything. He failed upwards.
It's true.
And not like immediately. Everyone hated him. No one knows where he came from, and everyone hates him.
Yeah.
Not hates him. Hate is a strong word, right? So I don't think people hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't know what to make of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at okay. So it's called the Tommy Wiseau Show. That's what it is. And I'm looking at it. So this was like 13 years ago, 5 years ago at some points. Yeah, it's bad. He's bad. It's a bad show. It's not good.
There's supposed to be like a cartoon with him where he was like a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque like space captain, and he was voicing himself.
Space World is what that was called, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess it came out.
I never seen it.
Now I gotta know. Now I gotta know. He plays a character in it. How would you pronounce this name, Fee? Capital T, lowercase x.
Tish, tick,
tick, tex, ticks,
tex.
I don't know.
So how do they pronounce it?
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm hoping you could provide some stuff here for me, Fee.
Maybe they do just pronounce it like tex or teeks. Tex.
Could be
Tex. With fucking Tommy Wiseau. He did that movie with the guy with Mark who was in The Room.
Yeah, the vampire one.
Where he was a mad scientist or whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I'm not a big enough fan of The Room to care that Tommy Wiseau's fucking doing another thing. You piece of shit, Beans.
Yeah, Beans. Oh no, Faye, what happened?
Sorry, Beans is running around the Whataburger floor, and he ripped open one of his toys, which he always does.
Oh man, this guy. He's a killer.
I'm a slasher. I have to throw, like, every time he does that and he throws a fluff, I have to throw it away or else he'll eat it.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to eat. Get that out of your mouth. Get out of your mouth.
Get out of your mouth. Get out of there.
Look at this. Look at this. Look what he does.
He just made out with it too hard.
He does, and he gets mad when I throw it away. You can't have that toy anymore. It's ruined.
Yeah. Fuck.
There's like 6 toys on the floor. You can't have that one.
Yeah.
He do love Squishmallows.
So do you just buy him Squishmallows?
Well, like from the Goodwill.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's what I was thinking.
I go out and buy brand new Squishmallows.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, damn, Fee. Again, I didn't know you got it like that. That's crazy.
That's why we have the Patreon. So that way they could, go towards the Bean Squishmallow Fund.
Yeah. Okay.
Now he's got a big hamburger. Anyway, we're meandering.
I have to tell you, Fee. So we have an update, everybody at home. We have an update from Jimmy. So, just to recap, I started getting text messages from a random phone number. His name is Jimmy. He works in some sort of equipment rental place.
Dude, and Colby found it.
Yeah, I think I did. I did. And that he works with a couple of people. We found out that the person he thinks he's trying to talk to is named Jake.
From State Farm.
Yeah, so he thinks I'm Jake, and there's a guy named Jesse that he works with, and Luis. But listen, I get this text message from Jimmy after our last podcast, the day after.
Literally after the podcast.
He says, Jake, we never got pictures of the motor grader for AC warranty, and it's the last day. I think it's in Laredo. So I read this and I go, oh man, you're like trying to file a warranty claim, and like if you don't get these pictures, you're gonna be fucked. Like, oh man, I can't.
The jig is up. Colby.
The jig is up, man. So I finally replied to him. I was just gonna reply and say Merry Christmas on Christmas, but Christmas came early. So I said, this seems time sensitive, so this is as good a time as any to tell you that this isn't Jake's number.
I was hoping you'd figure it out before I'd have to tell you.
Yeah. 3 hours later, he sends me a text that says, sorry about that. And I said, no problem. I hope things with Jesse, Brad, and Holly go okay, and good luck with the grader.
He never got back to you, right?
No, he didn't text back after that. And I am still going to text him Merry Christmas, just to like, Merry Christmas, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well.
My God, he's gonna think like that you're an old friend. He's like, "Oh man, yeah, I'm doing great. I got a new phone. Who this?"
Or he's gonna get the notification that's like, "Oh, this like random number said like Merry Christmas, Jimmy. Well, they must know me." And then he clicks on it and goes, "Oh, damn it, it's this guy again. Ah, damn it,
son of a bitch! It's the guy who tricked me.
I was hoping maybe this is my estranged son who I haven't seen in 12 years." But nope, just the man who tricked me. Gonna send him a cease and desist.
Just this damn stranger. He strung me along for weeks.
Weeks, this guy. I wonder if that's how he tells the story to people. He's like, so I'm texting this phone number. I'm saying, Jake, I'm doing my best out here. Does this look right? And, Jake's a busy man. He's not texting me back. Well, I find out this man has been leading me on for... I don't know why he did it. I don't know what he gains from it.
I don't know like what sick pleasure he derived from it. But he did it. He was not Jake. And every time I went to go talk to Jake and tell him, did he get my text? He would always say, yeah, and then we just talk about it. So I was always in the dark.
Can you imagine now Jimmy has a complex. Now Jimmy is like, well, Jake said he got all those text messages. What the fuck else has he been lying about? That Jake's a lying son of a bitch now that you think about it.
This is only the beginning of the Jake and Jimmy drama.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to find out any more about it.
Maybe I'll call up the store and be like, hey, just a quick question. How's Jimmy feeling about old Jake these days? And they're like, who is this? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Why don't you just... I'd say, why don't you just do it? Just
do it.
Text him.
Just go in.
Just text him. Be like, hey, is there any way you could keep texting me like you were? I mean, I know I'm not Jake. But can you just please just
I
message me
gotta
like
keep up with the tea, okay? Please.
I'm very bored, and now I'm embroiled in this work drama.
Mm-hmm.
You think he would?
No. I wouldn't.
I mean, to be fair, if he agreed to do this and he would just message you, this probably would be a good outlet to talk to a complete stranger.
Yeah.
About like shit he's upset at work about.
Yeah,
and
you wouldn't fucking believe this. I sent Brad out on this job. He came back drunk. Oh shit, Brad! No.
Could you believe it? Like y'all are like just texting each other like casually, and like they'll become friends and stuff, but only pen pals, never to meet.
Yeah. Never have Christmas together, but like, you know.
Always send each other Christmas cards.
Yeah.
It's
Jimmy.
Like, it's like that young guy who the grandma accidentally messaged to go to Thanksgiving, and he went.
Yeah. And they've been doing it every year for 6 years now.
Yeah, except not this year because she had to go to the doctor. She was having health problems.
Yeah, her husband died like last year, and
oh, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he was invited to the funeral.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, he'd have to. Like, I'm sure he's met the family.
Yeah, of course.
I always wondered about that. I'm like, that's really weird. Like, not really weird. I get it. It's just he goes every year. He meets the family. Like, I wonder, does like him and does he call her like grandma or something? Like,
yeah, could be.
Do they talk like the rest of the year, or do they just do it one time a year?
I don't know. I kind of hope that they're like actually friends and like are talking, you know. Oh yeah, you're gonna. What's going on with you? How's your health? How's your life?
How you doing today, mijo? Like she's Mexican, the whitest lady. How you doing today, mijo? I don't know. I like the way older Mexican women talk to younger people.
No, not younger people. Younger Mexicans. That's the thing. I have never in my life been called mijo ever.
Maybe that's because you're not a good mijo.
That probably was what it is.
Because like my friend Caleb, who's like as white as you are, I think my mom's called him mijo before.
Oh my god.
And the cleaning lady at work, who's also an older Mexican woman, has called him mijo.
He must be a good mijo then.
He's a good mijo. He's a good Christian mijo.
That's right.
I'm just saying I like what they don't just call him back. They don't go hello Mingo. Not you gringo.
Yeah.
They would never do that. Old Mexican ladies love everybody, openly, and secretly they hate a lot of people.
yeah. Secretly, the list is long. For like as soon as somebody leaves the house, it could be like, I fucking hate that bitch.
Oh, did you see what she was wearing? What a whore. But that's. I want to say that's like everybody.
It is a lot. There, like my grandmother would do the same thing. My grandmother lived next door to a woman named Gretchen, and she fucking hated Gretchen. But she would always take her to get her hair done. They would always go to the store. And she's like, oh, I've got to go to the store with Gretchen. And I'm like, you don't have to. You don't like. You can go to the store with us, or you can go to the store by yourself. She's like, no. She needs me to. I gotta take her along. I'm like, Gretchen can drive, can't she? Well, yeah, she can, but still.
You don't sound like you hate her at all.
Yeah, my grandma's just pissed off about. It's like my grandma wanted something to be pissed off about and was like, Gretchen, there you go.
Ooh, Gretchen. They have like a fucking, what's it called? Uncle Ruckus and Granddad fucking.
Yeah.
I find it like maybe this is sexist. I don't know that it's only women that do that because I've never like heard of a dude doing it.
Yeah.
I've heard of gay guys do it, but like not like straight. I mean, I'm bi, but I don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there are definitely times in like people in a friend group where I'm like, yeah, I'll totally hang out, and they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be you, and then this other person. I'm like, hold on, that third person's going too. Yep. Nope. Very excited. I'm very excited to talk about the same 3 topics that we talk about every time. This happened, by the way, to me. So it's kind of a consequence of like getting into a very large and diverse group of friends, is that eventually you're going to find one shithead that like somebody likes, and you're like, no. So like there was a group of us that went to go eat at a restaurant every Monday night, a place called Trudy's in Austin.
Ooh, love Trudy's.
Trudy's is great. And we would go there every Monday night, and it was like a conglomerate of like, oh yeah, like old enterprise rent-a-car drivers and like a couple of dudes who did like bike rickshaws in downtown, and a couple of like warehouse employees. Like this group was sometimes just like 5 of us, sometimes it was 11 of us, and unfortunately one of those guys was like terrible. He was off. I hated talking to him because he was the kind, he's the exact opposite kind of autism from me, where he's just like, yeah, no, whatever you said is stupid, and I'm gonna keep talking at you about this thing that I'm very passionate about. He spent, I shit you not, an hour of the meal one time talking, 10 people, by the way, at this table, talking directly to me about this orc, this like these 2 orc brothers that were like, he's like, now this is the story of like how things are gonna go in this like this book that I'm gonna write. It's about these 2 orc brothers, and he taught, I'm not exaggerating, for a fucking hour. I kept looking at my watch and being like, Joey, stop. At one point I was like, Joey, you gotta stop, man. Like the food's here. And he's like, no, I'm almost done. Don't worry about it. And he's like, I know you're probably saying like, this is too much. This is boring. But like, I'm going to keep telling you anyway. And I was like, he got me now. Now if I'm like, just stop, please. He's like, yeah, no, I know. Anyway, so then they build a bridge together.
I know you hate this, but just hang on 1 second.
An hour this man talked, and I was like, stop!
Could you just like not listen to him? Got like the idea, like, oh, food's here. I'm listening. I'm just gonna be eating, right?
At one point, I was talking to other people. Like, I was looking over at other conversations to give him the hint, like, hey, I would like to listen to other people. I would like to talk to other people right now.
Yeah.
Nothing. Registered nothing.
Next to each other? Or
he was sitting directly across from me.
Oh, that's horrible. Fucking
I know.
Trapped.
I couldn't move. It was fucking terrible. Bad dinner.
You're too nice. I would have stopped. I'd have been like, hey, we can talk about this after dinner. And if he said no, then I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just not going to listen and talk to other people. I would have been rude, but maybe that's me. Shut up, Nova!
Yeah, Nova. Yeah, I just like, for me, I try to be nice and try to like listen enough. And then at some point I was like, no, I'm just going to tell him like, please shut up. You've talked forever. And then you do, and then he's like, ha. Anyway, what's my recourse? I don't know what to do.
I probably would have like, it would have been that part in the movie where you're just like, you've had enough, and you're just like, oh, dude, fucking enough. Like, what's it called? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
Steve Martin fucking blows up at John Candy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you fucking blow up on him like in front of everyone. Everyone's like, it's okay, like we get it. And then he's just like, you want to hurt me? Just
yeah. The thing is, like, there were times where I would talk to people before he showed up, and then he would come, and I'd be like, fuck, here comes Joey. Oh God. And they'd be like, yeah, Joey's sometimes a lot to handle. He's, I don't know.
But he likes you.
He's like, he's all right. He's an okay guy. The part that like, he had to be like, somebody had to have a serious talk with him. Basically, I would eat dinner and then I would peace out. Half of the group would then go back to one person's house and get high and play Pokemon Stadium, right? And I was never part of that. And so one week they come back and one of the guys in the group who's like very openly gay is like, I fucking hate Joey. He was a piece of shit. I don't want to see him again. And he came back after a few weeks. And apparently what had happened is like they were talking about something and this gay dude like made fun of him. And then he just got like really pissed and really homophobic about it. Like just throwing a bunch of like F slurs at him and this guy's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like and he's like getting up in his face and I'm like, that didn't sound great. And of course, like the rest of these people, they've been friends since high school. And so like, imagine like
Joey?
Yeah. Joey had been friends. Well, Joey had been friends with a group of them. I think a group of 4 of them, in high school. This other guy had like come in around whenever I did. So he and I are both like sort of new to this like group. And he's like, I fucking hate Joey. I feel unsafe with him. And I was like, yeah, also Joey's a shithead. Like Joey just talks all the fucking time. He can't take any hints. I don't know what to do.
He rambles about nothing and I hate him.
And like, it gets to the point where you're just like, God, here he fucking comes. Here comes another hour of my life spent being like, what can I do to like box Joey out of this conversation, please?
Just ignore him. Just pretend you're listening, but then don't.
But then don't. Yeah.
Listen, I've never been put in that situation like much. I don't have like an extreme fucking friend group where I have 10 people all at once. So I don't know how to.
Yeah, I don't either anymore. That was like a magical time in my life where I was like, man, I have a bunch of friends and a bunch of people that I hang out with. And like, this is exactly the amount of social interaction that I want. Like, I'm happy about this. And then like slowly, like people moved or like had to go different places and fucking it like fell apart. And I was like, that's fine. Cause now I don't have to see Joey and that's great.
Wow. Like, this really sucks and I hate it, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see Joey.
Yeah. And so like, if we're ever all in Austin at the same time, we're like, hey, you wanna get together and go here? And I'm like, don't you fucking tell Joey that we're doing this. Do not tell him.
It's funny, but like you actually put it out there that you do not want. It is not pleasurable to hang out with them at all. It is not fun. But like it's women who are just like, let's go hang out. My mom does the same thing. And she's like, I hate doing this. Well, let's go.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
Because like my mom has a friend and she used to they would call each other in the morning. Like my mom talks to her and they're friends, except she annoys my mom a lot. She's like, she wants to go out and eat. I just got home from work and I just want to go home. Guess I'll go to the damn restaurant. Like, and I'm just like, Mom, if like you really don't want to go, don't go.
Your mom's like, nah, that's not an option.
Yeah, it's just not. And I don't know what that is about, because like I said, it's just women and like gay guys. They do that. They'll much to their chagrin, they'll do something with someone they don't care for that much. And my mom is friends with that girl. It's just she'll do something, or women will do stuff with people they don't really like that much and just fucking bear it. I don't know. I think it has more to do with like not wanting to rock the boat and like being afraid to like rock the boat, because like in situations like that, especially because like I'm sure there are times when your mom is like talking to her and she's like, oh yeah, this is great, I like hanging out with this person, I'm glad that we're friends. And then there's other times where she's like, man,
I feel like I can't say no to her, and I'm so fucking annoyed by this, and but if I say no, then like the good times won't happen either. So like, I guess I gotta do it.
To be fair, I know how that is, because when I was younger and I was hanging out with y'all, I felt like that's how I was to y'all.
No, definitely not. Travis was that. Travis was like, I'm like, dude, you were so cool 70% of the time. If the other 30% was like you taking a shower and doing less Ace Ventura jokes, it would be perfect.
This would be great. We wouldn't have a trio, we'd have a quadrio.
Mm-hmm. That's the word. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. It's squad.
It's quartet.
Quartet.
There you go.
See, but I guess that it is funny though how that happened, because like hung out with you and you're like, yeah, let's bring Fee along. Travis is like, I don't want to bring him.
Yeah. Travis is like, I don't know about this guy. He's a little bit annoying, and we're like, you're fucking one to talk.
Like, am I really annoying? That's how it looked. I was a young lad, so I felt like I was annoying.
Yeah.
To y'all cool older guys.
You're so cool and old.
You're only 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
But
I think that's how it feels a lot whenever you're like, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with these people that I think are very cool, or like they're mature, and you're like, wow, I don't know shit. Like that still happens to me if I if I have a work thing and like I'm talking to some engineers about something, and they're like, oh yeah, well I set up this project to go do this thing, and I hear the words that they're saying, and then I'm like, that's way too deep. Like, you're way smarter than I am. You know way more about this than I do. And I'm like, yeah, I used to stream on Twitch. I have a podcast. That's how cool I am, I guess.
Am I cool, guys? Am I cool? Please tell me I'm cool.
And they're like, no, you're not cool at all.
He's our group's Joey.
Who invited him?
I feel the reverse, because like I have a new friend, coworker, Caleb, and I talk with him. I talk about him a few times, but we have a lot of the same likes, and like we always like finish each other's like thoughts and stuff. It's almost like a fucking cute, like a meet cute thing.
Yeah,
he's not gay, but we're like really good friends, and we like a lot of the same things, and like we hit it off like immediately, and like we hang out all the time. I've been to his house, like I met his parents.
Nice.
Though it feels weird though, because I'm 35.
Yeah.
He's 22.
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell that by looking at us, because I look young, first of all.
And he looks old as fuck. No.
No, he looks young. Like it just looks like we're in the same age group.
Yeah.
And in every time like it's brought up, I'm just like, oh well, I'm like 13 years older than.
Yeah, I don't think about it. Don't think about that number too much, please.
Yeah. So I it's weird a little bit, but it's not like too weird, unless I guess it's brought up. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it can be weird. And Caleb's cool. Yeah, I've met him a few times. He's good. It's just, it's very interesting that, like, depending on what your status is in a group, you can really feel awkward about, like if you do something and you fuck up something around like other people that you're sort of like same standing with, you're like, fuck it, whatever, it's fine. Like I tripped or I fell or I said something wrong, or I said that the white stuff on top of the mountain was salt, and it's fine. But you do it around somebody that you think you're cool, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh god, I gotta go to the bathroom and try to flush myself down the toilet so I don't have to come back to this. Oh Jesus.
Is that how you felt on that plane?
Yes.
On that plane ride?
I was like, where's the parachutes, please?
Not only was it just around our friend groups, but like we were on a little plane, and even the people that were like there, and it wasn't that many people on the plane, were kind of laughing because we're being loud.
You're being so loud. You're telling the flight attendant.
We're really fucking digging into you.
God.
It's just because like it is one of those moments where, wait a minute, this the smart guy of the group is real stupid right now. Is being real dumb. Okay,
I don't know if I've told the story on the podcast or not. Did I tell you about how I accidentally quit one of my jobs? Accidentally? No. So, so I was working for a relatively large company. I was working for HEB. Fuck it. I was working for HEB as a software engineer, and I was getting a job somewhere else. I had like accepted the offer, and basically I hadn't told anybody. I was planning on telling them on Friday. Friday came, and I was like, yeah, I'll just have like a one-on-one with my manager. I'll let him know, and then we can tell everybody on Monday. But also on Friday, we had department-wide demo meetings. And so like we had this all-hands meeting where it's like everybody is on the Zoom call and everybody is muted by default.
Yeah.
And so like you're on this call, whatever, you don't have to worry about like talking because nobody can talk unless you're like enabled. After that is the demo meeting. Everybody in the engineering organization is on this meeting. And so I'm in that meeting. My wife walks into my office and I'm like, oh, yeah. Like earlier that day, somebody had asked for an opinion on something, and I had like been kind of like shitty about it because I was like, God, like this is such a bad opinion. Like you're at like this whole company is really frustrating me. And so I was like a little bit shitty. And so my wife came in and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be working here soon is really starting to show, I think. And I hear a voice on the other end of the Zoom call go, oh no.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, hold on. I saw then that I got muted. It was like, the host has muted you. And I went, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. So I threw off my headphones and I ran out into the yard and just fell. And it was August, by the way. Fucking 106 degrees. I was like, I'm gonna go and just melt outside and fucking die. So I literally threw my headphones off, ran outside, and just fell in the grass and was like, why? Why?
I'm just fucking screaming to the heavens.
I just laid there for a while, and then I get back up. I go back inside, and sure enough, I had a bunch of private messages that were like, whoa, was that real? Are you really leaving? What the fuck?
Whoa.
And I was like,
way.
oh, God. I talked recently to one of my managers from there, and he was like, yeah, I tell stories about you all the time. The most memorable one is how you accidentally quit, but I don't tell people that one. Cool, thanks, man.
Your boss, say psych right now.
Say psych, you better fucking say psych.
Fuck. Oh shit. Like I remember you telling me you liked that job.
Yeah.
Like you got to see how the HEB stuff was made. Like we're if you don't know on this podcast, we really like our Texas chains.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, HEB still, I live up in the Pacific Northwest now. I've got like Safeway and Fred Meyer and Kroger and a bunch of other grocery stores. None of them are as good. None of them are as good as HEB. They can't even come close. Their guac sucks. It's fucking terrible.
Ain't got no fucking jalapeno poppers. Ain't got no
Freshman tortillas.
Yeah, fresh baked tortillas from the what do they call it? The tortilla.
Tortilleria.
Yeah, tortilleria. Ain't got the sushi. God.
Yeah, I mean, and we do have grocery store sushi, but like it's just it's not as good. And so yeah, like I really liked working there, but the problem is like HEB really knows how to run grocery stores. Like they run grocery stores real fucking good. But when they're like, hey, the website is slow, make it fast. We're like, okay, we did a lot of shit to try and like figure out how to make it fast. Here's like our plan to do it. And they're like, cool, start on it. And we're like, all right, great. Then we get 2 months in and they're like, hey, cool. I'm glad that you're working on the fast website. Can you actually go do this other thing? And we're like, well, if you got to give us like another month to finish up making the website fast, right? And they're like, nah, don't think so. Move on to a new thing. And we're like, but we're not even done with the current thing. And they're like, don't worry about it. Just move on to something else. It fucking sucked so bad.
Weren't you like, didn't you help like make the first like HEB like app make it better because it was bad?
Yeah. The HEB had to like just put out their new grocery app, and it was like the app was pretty good. The website was dog shit. And it still is dog shit in a lot of ways. But like here's a good example of them like not giving us enough time to do something. We go on Christmas break, right? I take off 3 weeks for Christmas because I can. So I'm like, yeah, I take off like the week between Christmas and New Year. I take off the week before Christmas and sometimes the week afterward. I come back and I get pulled into a meeting and they're like, hey, so HEB is going to have a contest where like, if you go on the app and you like do some stuff, you can get entered to win free groceries for life.
What?
And I was like, that's pretty fucking good. And they're like, yeah, we're going to put it out as a Super Bowl ad. And I was like, Super Bowl? That's 5 weeks from now or so? And they were like, yeah. So you got to build in all the infrastructure stuff to make sure that we can handle Super Bowl levels of traffic in a month and a half. And I was like, sorry, fucking what? I was like, the Super Bowl has been on the schedule since last year, and you just now are telling us about it? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I, like...
Did you do it?
Yeah, we did. We had to. We didn't have a choice. They were like, we're filming the commercial with Eva Mendes, and it's gonna air during the Super Bowl. It has to be ready. And we were like, I don't have a choice, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did they at least pay you extra?
No! We're salaried. There's no overtime, no extra.
I mean, you don't get like a bonus?
No!
Like, they didn't give you a ticket to the Super Bowl?
Man, I don't wish. In fact, because of that, because we were all waiting for the ad, we were like, okay, we're going to have a Super Bowl party in the office. Like, we're going to cater some like chips and queso from like HEB and some guac and like
from ourselves. We're gonna
from
go
ourselves,
out and get it
yeah.
from the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, we lived like our office was like a block away from a store, so we could just like grab stuff. It was great. But yeah, and like we were all sitting there waiting for this like ad to come up. It comes up, and so we're just like hammering, like, okay, how's it doing? Everything looking good? And everything did go down for about 10 minutes, but then after that, everything was fine. And we were okay for the rest of the time. But damn, it was like just a fucking madhouse. And it was like that all the time where they would be like, yeah, we decided we want to do this thing. And either it's not, they don't give us enough time, or they gave us enough time and then they change their mind at the end and are like, just go do something else instead. And you're like, fucking, I'm so close to done.
I could not imagine having to do that.
I
really couldn't. Like, I'm glad I'm not an engineer.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another example. I was pretty passionate about this project. It's called Dinner Tonight. That was the idea of the concept. Fuck yeah, dinner.
Fuck yeah.
Tonight, is it? The idea is super simple. It's like, what if curbside but for dinner, right? I mean,
okay.
HEB has fresh ingredients. It's a grocery store. They make good food. They make good guac. They make good jalapeno poppers. Like, yeah, so why wouldn't you go to there for dinner, right?
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, in the curbside they had like a big oven where they make the meal to go things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the things that you just have to oven. Like having HEB like just food. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and it was like relatively limited menu. Like, we were testing out, I think, 3 dishes, and like a typical thing the sort of like target price point was like, okay, we want you to be able to purchase like a big thing of spaghetti, a thing of Caesar salad, and like, you know, the stuff and garlic bread, and all of that for a family of 4 is going to be like $25 or $30.
Yo, that's a good deal.
That's a pretty good price, right? And so we were like, yeah, I think that like that makes sense. I was kind of on this team. It wasn't an official team, basically. Like a bunch of people had the idea for it. We had enough approval that we were going to be able to like test things out. And we're like, yeah, this makes sense. I'm working on it in my free time. I'm getting the stuff ready to take the orders, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm getting the software ready. I'm like building up. And then a week before we were about to launch, they go, hey, yeah, we got to pull the plug on that. So you can't do it. We're, you know, we have to work on this other thing. And so I was like, sorry, like we're about to launch next week. And that you're going to pull the plug on this now? And they're like, yeah. Sorry. But you know, other things are more important. And I was like, I've been working on this in my fucking free time, dude. Like,
I'm passionate. This is me.
The thing that made me most pissed off about that is not that, like, because like I understand we're kind of working on something that's like out of the scope, and they're like, hey, we have an emergency, you have to go do this other thing. The thing that I was most mad about is that this was April of 2020. This is right after lockdowns had just like really started cracking down and really getting big. And this was like the perfect thing. Like you still couldn't go into groceries. Like you could go into grocery stores like with a mask, or like they would let in a certain amount of people at a time. Like everybody was doing curbside. It was like you couldn't go in person. This was the perfect thing. You couldn't go to restaurants anymore. And people were like, how the fuck am I supposed to feed my family? I don't want to have to cook the whole time. I was like, this makes sense. You do dinner tonight at one place. This place it's going to fucking blow up, obviously. Like, just do it. Just pilot it. And they were like, no, we're just not going to do it. You can't do it. I was mad.
God, I couldn't. I don't know, man. I'd be livid. I don't know if I'd quit because I'd be getting paid a lot. But as far as like COVID goes, I didn't really feel it. I've never got COVID. Never have, never will.
Never will, because I'm never going to check.
I mean, if I get sick, it's just a flu.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I mean, I've never got COVID. When COVID was here, I was working. I was working outside, the security guard, just outside the elements.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if like this is like real fucking privilege, but like people were like starving and didn't have jobs. But I went to my job every day. I was kind of annoyed. I was like, man, people get to be home. I gotta fucking go and
people get to be home. Damn.
I was like, oh, I gotta go to work still,
dude.
But, like, it didn't really affect me. I hated wearing masks. I just did not like it.
Yeah, they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was annoying. It felt shitty on my face. I mean, I did it. I'm not like, oh, fuck that. I didn't. I started wearing, instead of masks, I would wear, sometimes I would wear like those face covers.
Oh yeah, like a gaiter.
In the refineries. Yeah. Because that was just more comfortable.
Yeah, they've got like, there's a whole bunch of stuff since masks became a thing, like that people have and care about. There's like been a bunch of stuff where it's like, this is a mask that sits like off of your face and like gives you enough room to breathe, and like it's, you know, it's still doing the ventilation stuff. It's just that it's not like touching your mouth.
I just didn't like it because like it would make my face all sweaty.
Yeah, same. So like we still wear our masks on airplanes, like in airports, and whenever we're sick. So if like we're sick and we're going out,
that's fair. You're
sick. And in an airport, it's like, oh, this is like a conglomeration of diseases that I don't want. I would rather be able to go on a trip and not get sick. So that's why we end up wearing masks there. But like back then, we were doing masks like basically everywhere, all the time. This is before that we knew that like, oh, COVID really doesn't live on surfaces for that long. It's like it mainly has to do with air quality. So if you got like good ventilation and your doors are open or whatever, then like you avert the worst of it. So this was like, because I remember as well, whenever lockdown started, I was like, actually, you mean that like I have an excuse to not go outside and see people? I don't have to go into the office. I don't have to like, I don't have to go into the grocery store. I could just stay home and do whatever I want to. Fuck yes, dude. And it was great for about 3 or 4 months. And then I was like, I miss having people to talk to and being in person with people. And I didn't realize that I actually enjoyed social interaction that much. Oh no. And now it's hard to make friends because I'm 30. So that's where we are.
I would have said that, but I made a new friend.
Yeah, you did.
He's young.
He's young. He brings out the youth in me.
Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't know. COVID changed a lot, but like now everything, you couldn't tell that COVID happened because everything's so back to normal.
Yeah, for the most part, the thing that like really got affected the most were like restaurants. So like in Austin in particular, the way that COVID changed things is it made things, I'll just be honest, way less cool. So like
this plague really put a damper on things.
It did. Like, so there's a place in Austin called Kirby Lane Cafe. My favorite restaurant there. It's like, it used to be a 24-hour diner where you could have pancakes or like burgers and like whatever, open 24 hours a day. Most of their locations were. And then COVID happened, and then they were like, oh, thank God, an excuse to get rid of our 24-hour like locations. And so they just reduced all the hours down to like regular business hours. And that was terrible because like there were times I remember when I would be up really late. I'd be up at like 1 a.m. And I'd be like, you know what? I fucking want some apple pie. And I would just go to Kirby Lane Cafe by myself, sit at the counter, eat a warm slice of apple pie with some ice cream, and go back home and go to sleep. And it fucking kicked ass, dude.
I mean, I guess. I've never had that experience where I've had a diner near me where I could just do it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like I guess the opposite of that is Walmart's no longer 24 hours.
Yeah. Dude, so, like, night owls got super fucked by COVID. Like, all the places that were like, yeah, we're open 24 hours. We're like, you mean we could just, like, take that back? We could do takesies backsies and no one's going to get mad at us? Hell yeah, let's do it.
Dude, that was the thing. Because, like, at first I didn't, like, feel it. Like, when Walmart closed. But then I was just like, oh, fuck, I gotta go early because Walmart's going to close.
Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, on the way home, I got to go to this place. Or, like, if you're hanging out with somebody, especially because like me, you, and Mike, if it's like 10:30 at night and we're just bored, that used to be an option. Let's go fuck around at Walmart for an hour and a half. Cool. It sounds fun. Now it's like, I guess I gotta stay home and go into the fucking sewers again.
Walmart's closing, Mike. You want to just go down the sewer?
Yeah.
To be fair, I wouldn't be caught dead in the sewer like nowadays.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, caution to the wind, baby.
Yeah. I could put me down that drain pipe. I don't give a fuck.
I actually sometimes I think about stuff I used to do when I was a kid, and it like really scares me. Like I'm like post scared.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we had these like concrete circles for drains in the ditches, right? And when I was a kid, I used to be small enough to crawl in one side and out the other and be fine. Yeah. And I think about it now because they're still there in front of my yard. When I go walk the dog, I look at it and be like, oh, I used to crawl in there, and like, and I'd be like, what if I got stuck?
What if I got stuck?
Like it's happening. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I just get like scared. I don't know why.
No, I totally get that. And like the thing is, I didn't know this until like I was, an adult, but like the drain system that like was, a part of our town where it's like, oh, they've got that huge like tunnel output. Oh yeah, you can walk in there, do graffiti or whatever. Like it's connected to so many places that like if it starts raining while you're in there and you're too deep in, like you really have to know where you're going and how to get back or you can fucking die. And I had no idea, but like after having listened to like and watched enough drain clearing videos and enough like content like that, it really is like, oh yeah, if it starts raining heavily for 30 minutes while you're in there and you're like, oh yeah, water's coming in, I better like turn around and try to find my way out, and you can't find your way out, if that water keeps rising, you may just fucking die.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hate shit like that. I think I hate tight spaces and confined spaces mostly because I don't even like saying it or thinking about it, but the spelunking videos of the guys that are like in the cracks, I don't even want to like bring it up. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
It fucks me up so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I get like chest compressions and I start panicking and it's not even me.
Yeah, dude. My wife actually, yesterday we went out to a coffee shop, and on the way there, the whole way my wife was like, we were talking about Nutty Putty Cave, the dude who like got caught in the cave and fucking died upside down in there.
The fucking image of the guy just slaying.
I
hate it. Ugh.
And then they were also telling me about one where it's like, oh yeah, there are these like oil workers that were working on like an underground pipe, and then they opened it up and they all got fucking sucked into the oil pipe, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh, that's just like the guy who died in the silo, not too close to or a little bit close to my house, where the grain swallowed it up. I didn't know grain was like such a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
To where like if you fall in, you're just dead. There's no you just might as well die.
Yeah.
Right? Just
yeah.
give up. You
just give up. That's it.
You suffocate because it just sucks you in.
Yeah.
And that's frightening. That's frightening.
Yeah.
It's funny, like your wife's telling you this, and like they're going on, and you're just like, hey, I've never done this before, but shut the fuck up.
But hey, shut the fuck up, please.
You're driving, you're like visibly like just sweating and panicked.
It's funny, like yeah, my wife got into that because they got back into. Did you hear about like? Not our Schlitterbahn, but a different Schlitterbahn where they designed a ride and it fucking decapitated a kid.
Yeah, wasn't that the one over on the island?
I don't know if it was on the island or not. I think it was like in a different state. Maybe not.
I heard about it though.
But and yeah, like where like it was just a thing that like injured you sometimes, and they like all the safety failures.
The one where it like does the instant drop and you just fucking fly up, right?
Yeah, well it does a drop and then it pops up and then goes back down, and they're like, oh yeah, if you're not heavy enough when it goes back up that second time, you can catch air. And they have like a barrier on top to make sure that you don't fly off and die. But if you hit that going too fast, you get decapitated. So like yeah.
Yeah, I'd be okay. I'm heavy enough.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Colby,
so yeah,
you might not be.
yeah. No, I nowadays I would be.
I actually hate stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not like I like hearing about it and hearing like the fucking stories about like the bad fucking like Schlitterbahn being like, oh yeah, we knew about it. We just didn't do anything about it until something happened. Like, I love hearing stories about stuff like that. It's just, I always go into the thought process of like, that'll never happen to me.
Yeah.
And I know that for like spelunking or like tight spaces, that'll never happen to me. I'll never put myself in that situation. But maybe I have a tight space phobia because like, man, that fucks me up.
Yeah, the thing
Even
is,
just seeing it
for me, like if it's tight and like there's sort of a parabola here where it's like, because I see like cozy houses or like oh, this is like the smallest apartment in Japan, and I'm like, if I was single, I could live there and have a pretty fucking good time where it's like, yeah, I climb up this ladder and hop into bed and my like desk is beneath it. And like, I could have a pretty good time. I like being in sort of like tight spaces that are quiet and enclosed and dark. I like that until it gets too small. If I can't put my arms out like freely, then I start to fucking panic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I need more space. I need more space. I need more air. Where's the air? The air's gone.
I think I would be fine in a situation like a small apartment. I'm not even like in video games when they have to crawl through walls. Like I'm okay with that. Like it starts becoming something where you don't know which way is up or down, and you're like, I just gotta take a deep breath. Just kind of shimmy and do this. No, then you fuck me. Fuck that. You fucked up. No.
I can't. It's too much.
And that like I know it's like thrill seekers. I just don't know why it gets into their head where they're just like, oh, I gotta go explore this fucking paper thin fucking cave because no one's done it. I want to see what's down there. How do you expect to get out? How do you expect people to fucking get you if you get stuck? Like,
that's what I mean. Is like I don't know what the thrill is. Like it must be something that I can't identify with, because is it like nobody's ever been in this place before and I'm the first one to get here? Because if it's that, why the fuck? Why? Yeah. Who gives a shit if you were there first?
Yeah,
so
what did you find? Nothing?
Yeah. Was there anything cool? Is it like, I found treasure? Well, okay. I get that to a certain extent. If you're like, no, this is an old mine. It collapsed. I'm going to go all the way back. Legends foretold that like they found the mother lode, but then it fucking collapsed on them. So I'm going to get in there. I'm going to chip away at the gold and like come back with it.
If like you go down an old mine shaft and you have enough room to like walk, it's just dark and like dangerous, and you find One-Eyed Willie's treasure, like that's fine. But like if you're walking down a shaft and you're like, we're gonna go all the way to the end, see where it actually like went down, but like we gotta be careful, and then one of your friends that's with you is like, oh, actually halfway through I see this crack in the wall, I'm just gonna fucking
I'm just gonna here go.
No, you lost me. Like,
I know what's in there. What's in there?
Yeah, what's it? Yeah, they didn't expect me to fucking do this.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna fucking Super Paper Mario myself and turn flat. I'm a flat Stanley my way in here.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, and then he just fucking crab walks in, and I'm like, all right, he's dead now. Let's
okay,
go.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice. I guess here, give me the spray paint. I'm gonna spray paint like a skull and a crossbone right next to it with a tally mark 1, and then that's it.
No, people will know someone's in there.
And dead. Someone's in there and is dead.
Yeah, no, I can't stand that shit. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
So we have enough time for one more story, and I think it should be the UHC CEO killer.
Yeah. So okay.
Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, the big news this past week was that the CEO of the United Healthcare Group, or I guess United Healthcare, I think it's just that, was shot in New York City, just on the street. Dude, by some man.
I saw some of that video and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It just looks so casual.
Yeah, it was very casual. And like, you kind of, okay, I'm going to be a little mean. I'm like, you kind of feel bad for him that he wasn't expecting. Like, you don't like to be happy when someone dies.
No.
It's except he's walking, he doesn't expect anything, and then he gets popped and it's over, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be thinking like, what's going through his head? Like, he gets popped, he's like, what the fuck? And he just dies not knowing.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. And it's kind of scary how casual that the guy who shot him made the gun out of a 3D printer.
Yeah. So fun fact, it's been illegal for a long time.
Oh yeah, it has.
To 3D print a gun. You can 3D print parts for a gun, but not like the firing pin or some shit. Like there's something where it's like you can't make it functional. Like you can print a bunch of other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, like if you have a gun and like one of your parts, I guess, fucked off and you want to just replace it, you can do that. But you can't make a functional gun out of nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not
that won't
supposed to.
Stop people. That won't stop people. But
that's the thing. You can get those files and you can just do it. And so, like, 3D printed gun with a silencer on it. He stayed at a hostel. The things that were coming out about this man before yesterday were all like folk hero level shit. They released some images of him and he just looked really hot. And that only added on to, because like everybody was like, oh no, like this man, he triple tapped a fucking CEO in the middle of New York City and of this insurance group. And something happened to the internet where it's like 10% of the people said the quiet part out loud, where they were like, good, fuck United. Like they killed my grandma because they like denied this claim. And then a bunch of people were like, that nobody's getting mad at him. Yeah, that's how I feel too, actually. Yeah, fuck that guy. And so like everybody is just like, good.
Dude, yeah, it has to, like, as shitty as it is, yeah, like they're like the fucking the insurance companies are fucking you hard. So I guess it just took one bad day to make that guy fucking go postal. But like you have to feel bad for the family because they weren't part of it. They're just their dad or their husband or their loved one, and they have to live with the fact that everyone on the line's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. You're like, fuck Dan. Like the thing is, like, if he was just some dude that got killed, it would be super tragic. Everybody would like not be. Also, they probably wouldn't have put as much manpower into finding him, which is like, cool class gap there. But also, at the very least, like, if you're, like, a relative of this guy, you wouldn't be like, wow, love that the entire country hates my dad. Like, shit, dude. But, like, you keep hearing stories about, like, people are just like, I have this, like, chronic disorder that, like, I've been denied care for all of these reasons, or, like, you know, I had this relative in the hospital and now they're in $200,000 of medical debt because of like necessary procedures that happened that like, or they went to the wrong hospital where this insurance wasn't accepted. Like the American healthcare system is so fucked that like, if there was such a thing as like the CEO of the American healthcare system, nobody would be mad that guy died. And this is about as close to that as you can get. He's the CEO of an insurance, like one of the largest insurance companies.
As bad as this sounds, maybe that's what they needed, right? If more people like started like retaliating against insurance companies, maybe they change it. I know they're not, but what if?
Yeah.
They're like, hey man, our insurance guys are fucking dying in the street. We gotta change something. Like it's not safe for us out here. Like maybe that'll change something. It's just that like people, once they found out who it was, and people are still like on the fence of if that's who it really is. They're like, oh god, it was so stupid. I saw a news clip of like a lady going like, they found his backpack in the park and it had Monopoly money in it. And in my opinion, that symbolizes the capitalism and how he got away with this murder. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, a bunch of the things that are like leading up to this just give him more and more clout. So like, he does this, he has a silencer, he gets on a rented e-bike and fucks off of town. Like, they have no idea where he went. They're like asking for tips about him. They like show a couple of pictures of him. On the bullet casings, he wrote delay, deny, and depose.
Fuck, that's cool.
Which is the title of a book about American insurance company greed. So like, this man is like, if there's anybody that's out there that's like, oh no, like I'm gonna make this as much of a movie as I can. I'm gonna leave my backpack on purpose in the park, and I'm gonna put a bunch of Monopoly money in it because you people are fucking stupid. Then sure.
I hate to say it, that's fucking cool.
It is cool.
Isn't that cool? Like you're like fucking. He like deny this, and like you shoot the fucking guy, and the bullets have like cool fucking lettering on it, and then you're like, oh fuck, man, that was cool though,
man. Oh damn,
getting away. But like the movie will predict you as this cold, calculated murder, and like in real life, the guy's just kind of freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, like he gets away. They find this backpack. They find a burner phone that he's like using. They get it. Like the most recent update yesterday was that they caught a guy that they think is him. His name is maybe the most Italian name on the whole fucking planet. His name is Luigi Mangione. Just fucking crazy. I told my wife, I was like, the only way he could get more Italian if his name was Mario Spaghetti.
Luigi Mario.
Yeah, Luigi Mario.
Dude,
he gets arrested at a McDonald's. Now everybody's leaving 1-star reviews at that McDonald's for being snitches.
I was about to say, I was like, people fucking hate that McDonald's now. They're like, and I thought it was smart because no one's naming the employee. They're like, the McDonald's employee called in a tip.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I wouldn't want my name out there if I was giving away the place of like where a murder took place.
Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't want my name out there because I thought I'd be getting a big payout, but apparently not. I read earlier today that the tipster might not even get his payout.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Also, they were looking at Luigi's Instagram, and apparently he has like pictures of like pins in his spine or something. Mm-hmm. And they're like, maybe this is a hint to why he did it. And I'm like, man, this guy's making his whole fucking murder cinematic.
Yeah.
And they're
that's the thing. He's got like chronic back pain. And so it makes sense that they're like, oh yeah, insurance company denied this claim. And then he's like, I fucking hate this. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's got chronic back pain. He has things in his back.
Mm-hmm.
He writes the stuff on the bullet. He puts the Monopoly money in the bag. Like his outfit that he's wearing. They're like, oh, it looks like he took inspiration from the what's it called, the Unabomber or whatever.
Yeah, he left a review on the Unabomber's book.
And I'm like, fuck, there's gonna be like a Hulu movie out in like a year or two.
Oh yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna say he's raking it in. You can't fucking you murdered someone, you're not gonna get a royalty for it. But he was making it like real. So he's like, oh dude, they're gonna remember me. I did all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was really, really out there making a name, like making it big, right? He didn't do it like that guy who shot Trump.
Yeah, no, he set up the fucking UHC shooter cinematic universe, and he like, now they're like digging up a bunch of stuff about him. One of the news reports that came out were like, yeah, him and his friends like to play online assassins in a game called Among Us. Yeah, cool, nice.
I guess he was among us this whole time.
Tell me you're the most out of touch fucking news organization.
Among Us. It's like it turns out he was playing this assassin game called Among Us, and when they bring in like the little graphic, it's the Among Us doing the like ads.
Yeah, twerking. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
God, like. They also, like, somebody posted a video that was like, okay, so I know that he's been arrested, but, like, I want to tell you that, like, a few months ago, Luigi was, like, my best friend, and he's, like, the only one that I would answer a call from, and, like, look, I called him and was like, hey, I'm really drunk. I want to go and buy some ice cream, some mochi ice cream. And there's a video of just her being drunk at Walmart with him looking for mochi ice cream. And she's like, I love him. He's great. He's one of my best friends. So far, the overwhelming sentiment on the internet is like, wow, this guy kicks ass. It's so much. I've never seen this before. They were transferring him from like jail to somewhere, and he like on his way there he yelled something about like, you're insulting the intelligence of the American public. So that was posted on Reddit. In the comment section, somebody was like, God, like, if this guy is taking donations, he's going to be making a ton of money. And somebody was like, oh, he's being held at this prison. Here is his inmate number, and you can transfer any amount of money to his books if you want to. And that thread is full of a bunch of people that were like, I'm fucking trying right now and it won't let me. It's like the website's glitching out. And they're like, yeah, too many people are trying to give him money. They think it's fraud.
Dude, like, it's so wild. Like, people are like, God, he's so hot too. Mm-hmm. Like, if he for some like how gets out of this situation, he's like scot-free. He's gonna be like the next like gone to jail, become model, like that one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so fucking, I guess, attractive.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess that's cool. I went to jail and I never got out and was offered like a modeling career.
Hey. I
think I'd make a good model.
Yeah, look at me. Look what you look like right now. Perfect. Beautiful.
Honestly, I do my hair like this. It looks like I'm wearing a powdered wig.
Yeah, it does. You look like you're like Mexican George Washington. It's great.
I'm Mexican Beethoven.
Yeah.
I'm Beethoven.
Yeah, I am looking like apparently like it took him a few months to like from his back surgery to being caught by the police and having murdered a man. There's a bunch of shit in here that's like they're going through like his Goodreads account, his fucking like whatever. He had like a bunch of books on how to cope with chronic back pain. He disappeared from social media. His friends and family were posting and being like, I don't know if you're okay, but like, where are you? I love you. Hope you're okay.
Just know that we still love you.
Yeah, just fucking disappeared. And
this reminds me of that one movie. I don't remember what it's called, but I know you've seen it. And it's like this cyber detective happened onto this website where he put a cat like on a live cam, and the more people that showed up to watch, the faster it would kill the cat. And he was doing it on animals for a while until one day he put like a guy on the webcam, mm-hmm. and the more people that showed up on the website, the quicker it was to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, where is this guy? Like, what's going on? And it like fast forward, it turns out that the guy's dad was murdered. He was like a teacher. He got a bullet to the head, and the cops didn't do anything. And like they buried the case, and he was killing everyone involved with the case. And like in the background, he put the case, like he was leaving trail for people to find him, and for like people to find what's it called, who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Until like they caught him at the end. But like that's kind of what this feels like he was leaving breadcrumbs, right?
Yeah, and like there's some that like can't resist doing that, because I think BTK got caught because he was out scot-free, and then he got baited into basically writing a letter back on a printer. And he didn't know, because he's old, that like printers have like special hidden like codes on them for like, this is the model and type of like printer and like where it is and stuff like that. And so he didn't know that like they had like these codes to look at. And so he printed that out, and that's how they fucking got him. So sometimes it's hubris. Sometimes it's like, oh, I want you to catch me. And sometimes it's just Like this guy, I think, is just like, I tried my best to try to get away with it. I tried to be like pretty cool about it and send a very clear message. Because that is one thing that like my first question whenever this guy got killed was like, okay, but why did the guy kill him? Because a bunch of people were like, well, it probably killed him because like fucking, you know, super corrupt insurance company. Obviously you kill a CEO like that. And I'm like, or I don't know, maybe this guy's just a dick. I don't know. Like could be random. I have no idea. And then they were like, oh yeah, he wrote, you know, the delay, depose. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, so it's definitely because he's the CEO of an insurance company. Makes sense. And I just like, I don't know. I'm just like, whenever somebody has this big grand act or like they're trying to do something like if like boycotting Starbucks, right? You're trying to like, hey, everybody, we should stop buying from Starbucks so they know something. Like how the fuck is like how is Starbucks supposed to know that like you're like that you are the reason why profits have gone down, that this reason is like this thing you're protesting is why profits have gone down? Somebody needs to tell them.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, so people are like, we gotta boycott Starbucks and like McDonald's and stuff because they're like giving money to overseas like bad guys or whatever, or like they're being funded by them, and we're gonna boycott them. But the thing is, they say that online, and they don't know that like Middle America aren't online all the time, so they don't fucking know. They're just going to and I don't think they care either. Honestly, they're just like, oh, we gotta boycott Starbucks. Fuck yeah, write me down. Take a venti shy latte.
Yeah.
Fucking, they don't give a shit. Like that like the amount of times like I get it, like that they're just like, oh, we gotta boycott these places because they're doing bad stuff. I'm like, I really need something to eat for work tonight. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, it's like, it can be hard to like figure out where your line is. So like early on in our relationship, my wife is vegan, I am not. And my wife and I had a very long discussion. Like I really liked the beginning of our relationship because we had, I mean, I like now. Now is obviously better. But like, I really like that time too, because we would be in the car driving somewhere for like 3.5 hours and we talked the whole time. And one of the times we were talking about being vegan. And I started off my argument being like, yeah, I just don't think that if I ate vegan, it would have much of an impact. And my wife immediately tried to be like, well, let's like, what things do you know about like the factory farming industry and like global warming and like all of that stuff? And we went through all the points and talked about them together. And I agreed with everything they were saying. I was like, yeah, factory farming sucks. I think it's cruel that like farms are like being shitty to animals. I think that like cows should be free range. I think that like you probably like if pigs are as sentient as they think that they are, then we probably shouldn't fucking farm them because that sucks. Yeah. And then my wife was like, so you know all the things and you just decided to not? And I was like, yeah, I just don't think I could have a big enough impact. I think the thing that's going to have a way bigger impact is like laws and like the government. Yeah. Like, I don't think that old, you know, Sea Dog VA over here, I don't think that he's gonna cause anybody to be like a big global shift. I'm just a guy. And there's no way for me to be like, hey, I was spending $300 a year on meat and now I'm only spending $150 a year on meat. And that's because of factory farming and specifically these particular practices that I want you to get rid of. There's no way to communicate that upward. So I'm like, then what's the point? It just doesn't make sense to me. My wife was like, okay.
Well, I mean, as long as you know that you're a filthy murderer.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife was like, I mean, yeah, we both agree on everything. It's just that we don't agree on what we're going to do about it. And my wife was like, I'll keep doing what I'm going to do. You keep doing what you're going to do.
All right.
And that's how we live.
And that, you know what? That's great. I'm glad that that your wife is such a sport, right? That they're not like turned off by your gross like eating habits of eating mini corn dogs and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, they were very disgusted by that, to be fair. They were like, wow, that is really gross looking. Yeah.
I believe so. But I mean, even like way back then, I knew that they were really cool. So it's cool that you have someone to be. That's cool.
It's cool that you got a cool, you know.
I'm just here by myself. I'm just kidding. I
don't know. Write a letter to Luigi Mangione. I hear he's by. So.
Ho ho! Now I won't be by myself.
You got a chance, huh?
No, I don't want to. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm sure he's getting a bunch of letters of just come out and fucking take me. Like, fuck that. Fuck that.
He's having a moment right now, and I'm really hoping that he doesn't get milkshake ducked. I'm really hoping that it's not like, oh, we found his live journal, and he really hates black people. Like, damn it.
To be fair, I don't think he would. I feel like he has like a Riddler 4chan thing, like in the Batman, where he's like, I'm gonna go kill the CEO tomorrow, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, wish me luck. And he had the live stream of the fucking Riddler cam.
It wouldn't surprise me because he is a programmer. So
and all those people are gonna show up to like murder all the other fucking CEOs of insurance, and they're just gonna be like dressed like he was, and they're gonna be like, I have vengeance. And they're gonna fucking
it's gonna be just like the Batman. It's like all starting. Well, like the effect so far, the things that have happened is a bunch of insurance companies have taken off their leadership websites, like the site where they're like, oh, this person's the CFO. They're like, well, let's just fucking take those away. Well, wait till everything blows over.
Like, they're never gonna put him back up. That's the thing.
Probably so. And I think it was the day that this happened, Blue Cross Blue Shield announced, they were like, yeah, we're only going to give you anesthesia for a certain time limit in a procedure. If you need anesthesia longer than that, we're not covering it. So they're like, oh yeah, if your surgery takes too long, you're going to have to pay for anesthesia after the first 2 hours.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
God, that's fucked.
Not good.
That's not good. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't either. We're at the end of our podcast right now. We'll keep being updated about Luigi Mangione as time goes on, I'm sure. But
a spaghetti after him.
That's right. But if you want to keep the update with the Go Gettas podcast, then you can follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/GoGettasPod. You follow us, we go live anywhere between 0 and 2 times a week. You can also, I have to close my eyes when you do that, or I can't think. You can also check out the replay that happens on youtube.com. That's youtube.com/@GoGettasPodcast. You can catch the replay of what we're doing right now. It's cool and great. And good, you stopped.
I stopped.
Yeah, so now you can also listen to the audio version on every podcatcher, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Comes out every Wednesday every Wednesday at 5 a.m. Pacific time, so you can listen to it on the way to work. You can also watch our YouTube shorts at youtube.com/@GoGettasPodcast, and our TikTok and our Instagram Reels. So yeah, go and watch those. They're all great.
Yeah, follow us, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And before I tell you what to do, I want you to check out my impression of Destiny.
There's no way that's real, right? There's no way.
No, I saw the video. I saw a video of him sucking some dude's wiener.
It's for sure not him, right?
It was him.
I don't know about that.
It was him and Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, that's what you say, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I saw the video.
Yeah, wow. Oh, cool. You saw a video of a dude sucking another dude's dick. How many of those videos have you seen? It's crazy. There's a bunch of those videos.
But this was Destiny for sure. And I just did my impression of him. He was here right now. Just please watch the video.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Do it. No,
just
do
don't.
It. Here's what I want you to do. Watch the video.
No, don't. Give me something else, Fee.
All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your nearest automotive center, right? I want you to bring a bunch of like metal and car parts, and I want you to be like, hey dudes, fucking make me a car. And then I want you to get on that highway and ride on it all night long. Go get them.
Go get them.
Because life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long.
It's like a sincere ending to this podcast. You're like,
well,
I just really like this song. Yes.
Well, like there was a couple of things that we talked about that I could not joke about. Like I couldn't be like, go 3D print a fucking mace and go and fucking hit.
True. You could have been like, nope. No, we talked about COVID. Shit, I'm having troubles. Nope.
Go and impale your mare. Like what do you want me to say? We talked about
go get on a horse with a halberd and fucking attack City Hall.
That's what that's what I think America should do. If we have a dispute with like a big CEO, challenge them in a medieval sword fight or a medieval fight. Just medieval weapons only. Just be like, have at you, and on a battlefield. It'd
honestly,
be like the American Gladiators.
Put it on Twitch and let people take bets. Let's fucking go.
That's just Running Man.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll start organizing it right now.
Do it. Trademark.